External structures, okay, so internal and or external, so we have the large vessels coming off of the heart. So we have the pulmonary trunk coming most anterior, superior structure. Pulmonary trunk goes into two pulmonary arteries. Okay, so it's a trunk because it's telling us it's going to split. It splits into arteries. It's carrying blood away from the heart. It's deoxygenated blood going to the lungs, right and left. Okay, so that's the pulmonary trunk leading to the pulmonary arteries. Coming back to the right side of the heart, superior and inferior vena cava. Okay, deoxygenated blood from the systemic circulation. Left side of the heart, we had the aorta carrying blood out. We had the aorta going to the aortic arch. We had three big arteries on the aortic arch. On the right-hand side, we had the brachiocephalic trunk, telling you it's going to split into blood vessels that go to the brachial region and to the cephalic region. Subclavian on the right is the name of that artery that branches off of the brachiocephalic trunk, and common carotid on the right. The other two large arteries coming off of the aortic arch, left common carotid and then left subclavian. So three really big arteries available, on those diagrams. Okay, going into the back of the left atria, we have 2 and 2. So we have 4 pulmonary veins carrying oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the heart. It's carrying it back towards the heart. That means it's a vein, even though it's oxygenated blood. Okay, so big stuff on the surface. Okay, all those large vessels, we call them. Okay. Lymph system included it kind of in this. Okay. So we had, I only have 4 questions there, and so organs and functions. So spleen recycles red and white blood cells. Okay, we had lymphatic lymph nodes, so storage and basically cleaning the blood. We had the appendix that is in the digestive system hanging off of the cecum. We had Peyer's patches in the digestive system in the walls of the small intestines. And we had in the oral cavity, oral and anal cavity, we had what are known as your tonsils and adenoids. Okay? So, organs and functions, lymphatic system. Drainage pipes. Respiratory system. So, conduction versus conduction versus respiratory segments. We talked a little bit about diseases, but I don't think we spent enough time on it to really beat you up over it, so I'm not going to include the diseases. Okay, we just talked about the numbers so briefly. But conduction versus respiratory segments. If you remember what happens there, okay, remember how this is occurring, okay, then just remembering these things and remembering the large structures, you'll be able to answer most of the questions. Okay. Primary muscle of respiration of diaphragm, internal and external intercostals are synergistic with that. Okay. Accessory muscles would be your scalenes, your traps, your abdominal muscles when there is some kind of pathology going on. Okay. So respiratory system, good there. Digestive system. So we had a bunch of stuff on the diagram there. So structure, function, alimentary canal versus accessory organs. And gastric pits. Secrete gastrin is the hormone that I asked you to remember. Secretes hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid activates pepsinogen, which turns into pepsin. And we also have coming out of there intrinsic factor, and intrinsic factor is essential in the use of vitamin B12 in our digestive process, okay, in our system for building materials, especially of the, I guess, the realization of lack of intrinsic factor would be pernicious anemia, or not filling our red blood cells properly because we don't use B12 properly.
What does that say? Something first, accessory functions?
You have to speak louder, I'm sorry.
What does that say after structures and functions?
Structure, function, alimentary canal versus accessory organs. Up here, renal. So spent a lot of time on it earlier. Okay, so structures. Okay, function, nephron, same thing. Okay, structures and function. Okay. Endocrine function. Your kidneys are essential for blood pressure and red blood cell production. Okay. So hormones here, this would be renin, and this would be, I'll just write EPO, or erythropoietin. Okay. So endocrine function of your kidney. Okay. Blood pressure, maintenance of long-term blood pressure based upon monitoring the pressure at the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay. Not enough blood pressure, secretes renin, increases blood pressure. Through, we didn't talk about the renin-angiotensin system, but that's what it gets into. Red blood cell, okay, production, okay, through erythropoietin secretion, okay, monitoring the chemical makeup of your blood, okay, monitoring for hypoxia, okay, so red blood cell production. Endocrine, so we had the diagram for endocrine system, okay. By name, we have location on the diagram, and then the hormone. We also want you to remember, so on that list, we've already mentioned in the reproductive system, we have two temporary endocrine glands, corpus luteum and the placenta. Another, not temporary, but another endocrine function here, very important, okay, kidney. Another endocrine function, your skin, cholecalciferol, produces vitamin D for us, okay? A hormonal function of the skin. Your heart secretes anti-nitritic hormone. Your heart sensors secrete that hormone, which affects your kidney tubules, so that you get rid of some salt, and that water would follow salt, and that's going to decrease your blood pressure. So it's in counterance to this guy here. Work against renal in that regard. Okay, so big stuff there. Reproductive. Talk again, yes. After BP? Renin. Renin, R-E-N-I-N. Or renin, however you want to say it. Reproductive system. So the flow, okay, flow of sperm, flow of egg. That's going to give you your major geographical things, okay? We talked about the myometrium versus endometrium. Layers of the uterus itself. Smooth muscle, myometrium. Interlining, highly vascular temporary layer shed during menses, endometrium. We had talked about for the male, so seminal vesicles, the prostate, and what do they do? They secrete stuff. Okay. Semen, okay, prostatic fluid, okay, ovourethral gland. You don't have to know them independently, okay, in terms of, what does this one do versus this one. So this has a high content of ascorbic acid, which is an activation. This, puts out something so that we can clean the urethra, that kind of thing. I want you to know the generalities of this, okay? Why would we do that? What do we need it for? These things, they need to swim, they need energy, that means they need food, which is fructose, they need food in something that will basically maintain an environment for them that is alkaline, so